All right, as we are discussing the catch in culpa criminal, okay? Or criminal negligence, okay? So, sabi natin kanina, parang pareho siya sa culpa contractual that the master servant rule apply and the diligence in the supervision and selection of the agent is not allowed as a defense, okay? So, sir, kung pareho siya ni culpa contractual, what is also their difference naman, okay? Kanina, sa culpa contractual, let me just show the slide. Okay, the liability of the master is primary. Okay, primary liable. Pero dito sa culpa criminal natin, ang liability ng master ay subsidiary. So dito, pwede niya munang ituro na habulin muna um, yung agent niya, yung servant niya, bago siya dapat magbayad. Okay? That's the essence of subsidiary liability. Okay? We have here the case of Fabre versus Court of Appeals, a 1996 case. This is a case wherein a fellowship incorporated contracted spouses Fabre to transport its members from Manila to La Union and back for 3,000. So itong mag-asawang Fabre, okay, hinar naman nila si Kabil as the driver of the bus. Ang nangyari, okay, na-disgrasya sila. Okay? Ang sabi ng RTC, negligent si Kabil, yung driver, sa kanyang spouses na Fabres. So, anong issue natin dito? Liable ba yung driver dapat? Liable ba yung spouses? Sila lang naman yung nag-hire kay Kabil? Liable din ba yung church? Yung WWCFI? Okay? Anong sabi ng Supreme Court natin? Based on evidence, Kabil and spouses Fabre were found negligent. Okay? Hence, they are solidarily liable based on delict. Okay? But the source of both liability, although the source of both liabilities is negligence, but since there is a contract between the Fellowship Incorporated and Spouses Fabre, the liability of spouses Fabre is arising from culpa contractual. Okay? Thus, ano sabi natin kanina, if the liability arises from culpa contractual, master servant rule applies and the defense of good father of a family in the selection and supervision of the servant or employee is not applicable as a defense. Okay? Based on the case, Carbill is not liable based on culpa criminal because the case filed against him is only a civil case. So, sir, since civil case ang ma-file, ang liability lang ni Carbill, civil liability lang. Yes. Sir, pwede pala yung ganun? Yes. Okay? But the further question is, sir, pwede bang filean ng criminal case si Carbill? Yes. Only that, siguro naawa na lang. Okay? Kaya ang final, quasi-delict case lang, hindi criminal case na reckless imprudence. Okay? Although yes, pwedeng mag-file. Okay? Sir, pwede bang filean ng criminal case yung spouses Fabre? Hindi. Okay? Are we clear with that? Okay? Next one. WWFCI is not liable since no case was filed to them. Okay? But further question is, what if WWFCI or CFI is a school and a case is filed against them by the parents of the school? Culpa contractual pa rin. Okay? Yun. The only person that can be filed or that may be prosecuted for a criminal case is only the driver. Okay? Not the spouses Fabre. Okay? So, yon. So, based on evidence, Carbill and spouses Fabre were found negligent. Hence, they are liable solidarily based on quasi-delict. The basis of liability and solidarity liability, so either culpa contractual or quasi-delict, solidarity liability of driver and owner is proper on these pleaded alternative theories. Okay? And also, i-add natin, common carriers are liable for the death of or injuries of passengers through negligence or willful acts of former employees. This liability does not cease upon proof that they exercise all the diligence of a good father of a family in the selection and supervision of their employees. And also, applicable provision din, itong mga provision na nasa slide, liability in quasi-delict may be alleged in alternative. O, di ba? Kaya, hindi nag-file ng criminal case. Okay, ang final lang, quasi-delic case. And recover once without double recovery. Question: is it possible if case is only against spouses Fabre and not together with the driver car bill? Yes. Okay? Pero ang case na dapat ma-file kay Fabre ay culpa contractual case kasi nga may kontrata. Okay? So, to summarize, okay, although medyo complicated siya, medyo paikot-ikot siya, okay? So, ang pwedeng filean ng criminal case, yung driver, pwede rin siyang filean alternatively ng quasi-delic case. At yun yung nangyari sa kasong to. Okay? Pwede bang filean ng kaso itong spouses Fabre, yung may-ari ng bus? Yes. Pwedeng ipasok sa quasi-delic, pwede rin namang ipasok sa culpa contractual. Pero hindi pwedeng ipasok sa criminal negligence. Okay? So, to sum it up, you have to identify what is the reason or what is the cause of action, in other words. Okay? Para malaman natin kung ang case na kailangan ma-file ay based on culpa contractual, based on quasi-delics, or based on culpa criminal. Okay? Although, you will not encounter much about culpa criminal, okay? Kasi oblikon naman tayo, okay? Mas doon tayo sa culpa contractual. And ang kailangan nyo lang tandaan doon for examination purposes, no, is yung requisite kung kailan nagkakaroon ng culpa contractual. So, dapat merong contract. Okay? I hope we're clear with that. Next is, okay, so we're done with delay, we're done with fraud, we're done with negligence. So, last part, nitong part 2 ng nature and effect of obligations natin is yung contraventions of the tenor of the obligation. So, same. Okay? If a person obliged to do something fails to do it, the same shall be executed at his cost. This same rule shall be observed if he does it in contravention of the tenor of the obligation. Furthermore, it may be decreed that what has been poorly done be undone. Okay, Article 1170. If things are done poorly, it should be undone at the debtor's expense with the right to damages. Legal basis natin, Article 1170. Papasok pa rin siya dun sa every time may breach, always may damage. Okay? So to sum up the content of this session, okay, so for our nature and effect of obligation, identify nyo kung voluntary or involuntary. Pag voluntary, the debtor is liable for damages. Pag involuntary, hindi. Pag voluntary, 4 yan: delay, fraud, negligence, or in contravention of the tenor of the obligation. Delay, lagi nyong tatandaan yung general rule natin and yung exception natin. Okay? Pagdating naman sa fraud, okay, you have to understand that is it a fraud that vitiates the consent, or is it only an incidental fraud? Because if it's a dolo cosante or fraud that vitiates consent, okay, the remedy is annulment and damages. If it's dolo incidente, the remedy is only damages. Okay. Then, pagdating naman sa negligence, you just have to understand that negligence is the lack of care, and lack of care is a case-to-case basis. And pagdating sa negligence, basically we have 3: culpa contractual, quasi-delic, culpa criminal. Just remember the difference of these 3. Okay? That's why you have to read the case para mas maintindihan nyo kung kailan culpa contractual, quasi-delic, or culpa criminal. Okay? Then, pagdating sa culpa contractual, again, you have to understand and remember that the master-servant rule is applied and the master is primarily liable. Pag quasi-delic naman, the master-servant rule does not apply and due diligence in selection and supervision is a valid defense. Okay? Pagdating naman sa culpa criminal, okay, master-servant rule applied but the master is liable only subsidiarily. Okay? Then lastly, yung pang-apat na klase ng ating voluntary breach. That is the breach or fulfillment of the obligation in contravention of the tenor of the obligation. Ang repercussion lang naman dyan is damages. Okay? So, for this part, this will be the assigned readings. Okay? So that's all for the nature and effects of obligations part 2.